Hey guys, welcome to the first ever episode of Daily Cantonese, where we cover one scenario per episode and introduce some phrases that could come up useful if you're ever in that scenario and you might want to try out Cantonese, right? So today, the scenario that we're going to be covering is going to a restaurant, specifically a Hong Kong-style restaurant, or in Cantonese, 港式茶餐廳, right? So yeah. Imagine yourself in a restaurant and first of all, imagine that you have looked over the menu and you've decided what to order, in which case you might say something like 師友婆整碟揚州炒飯檸茶走冰加多碟油菜要生菜啊唔該 So, excuse me, could I have an order of fried rice in Yangchao style, iced lemon tea without ice, with an additional serving of vegetables? I like lettuce, thanks. So some people might ask, what is 師頭婆 or 師友婆, right? 師頭 is actually a colloquial way of addressing or calling someone boss in Cantonese, and adding 婆 afterwards refers to a female boss, right? So you're addressing the female owner of a restaurant if the owner happens to be female, right? 油菜, that translates literally to oil vegetables, but it's nothing oily or anything like that. It's usually just a type of vegetables boiled, and then it's served with oyster sauce, which is a bit salty. It's fairly unique. You have to try it out to know how it tastes like. And the vegetable options are usually lettuce and kale and choy sum, which I don't know how to translate in English, incidentally. Anyway, moving on. Imagine that you go to a restaurant at lunch and you decided to order a set lunch, in which case you might say something like 一個一號快餐配意粉加杯凍奶茶唔該 So I'll have a set 1 with spaghetti with an iced milk tea, please. So this notion of tan, right? It's the same thing as sets, if you're at a fast food restaurant. And it's called 快餐 because it's a fast meal. It's prepared quickly because it's, food for the masses, right? And there are lots of people going to 茶餐廳 in Hong Kong. So that is that. And next, imagine that you just finished a meal, but you might have over-ordered, or it's just a lot and you don't feel you could finish all, in which case you might ask, 唔好意思啊，啲嘢食唔晒。可唔可以俾個外賣盒我打包攞走呢? So, excuse me, it seems like I can't finish all this. Could I have a takeout box to wrap this up to bring home, please? Okay, moving on. Next, imagine that you're at a restaurant, you don't really know, what's good, and you want to ask for recommendations, right? In which case, you might want to ask, 你哋有啲咩好介紹呢? 介紹 being the keyword here, which means recommend or recommendation here. And next, imagine that you ordered takeout and you're at the restaurant in front of the counter. You want to pick up your takeout, right? As opposed to having it delivered to where you are, maybe at work or where you live. So you might say something like 頭先叫外賣嘅電話62701111番茄牛肉小飯熱央 So that means I just ordered takeout. My phone number is 6270-1111. My order was tomatoes with fried beef, with less rice, and hot coffee with milk tea. By the way, I just made that number up. I hope nobody has that number in case it gets subject to prank calls. And that isn't my number, by the way, as well. And another thing that's noteworthy is we love contractions in Cantonese, especially when it comes to food, right? So for example, yang is actually the contracted form of yin yang. Yin yang being a mix of milk tea and coffee, right? Which is an interesting drink. You can feel free to try it if you're ever in the region. And last but not least, of course, if you're at a restaurant, you need to know what to say, when you want to pay. So you might say something like 埋單啦唔該 the bill please, basically, right? So that concludes our presentation for the scenario today. Hopefully that was helpful / useful, and you might get an opportunity to use these phrases in real life if you ever are in Hong Kong or just like a Cantonese speaking region. And of course, as usual, if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button below so you can receive the latest updates at Canton Lounge. And after you hit the red button, remember there's like a bell button to hit so you can get all the latest notifications in your top right corner in your YouTube page. All right, that's it for me today, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully. Have a nice one. Cheers.